All right, you guys are going to use this video to help complete the notes on comparatives. So feel free throughout to pause whenever you need to, rewind, go back, do what you need to do so that you get down the correct information. All right, so here we go, comparatives. What is a comparative? What word do you see in the word comparative? Hopefully you said compare. A comparative is used to compare something or someone. In English, it is equivalent to using the words less and as, or in some cases, the ending er. So, he is taller, she is smarter, we are less busy than they are. Things like that. Vocabulario importante. So these words are going to be very helpful as you are filling in your comparatives notes. So we have the word superioridad. That's going to mean superiority or something is more than something else. We have igualdad. Se dice equality. So you're saying that they are the same as or equal. And then we have inferioridad. That's inferiority. And that's going to mean is less than. So something is less than something else. Some other words we have. A sustantivo, that's a noun. Adjetivo is an adjective. Adverbio, se dice adverb. And verbo, se dice verb. So these are the words that you're going to see on that note sheet. All right. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to pick 3 colors, and you're going to kind of be highlighting some things along the way as we fill in our notes. So the first color is going to represent the first person or thing that's being compared. So for that, I chose green. The second color is going to be your noun, your adjective, your adverb, or your verb. And then your third color is going to represent the second person or thing that is being compared. So take a moment, get those colors. All right, los comparativos. So we're going to start with superioridad. This is saying that something is more than or has more than something else. So notice I've got boxes of one of my colors. I want you, whatever color you chose for your verb, adverb, noun, and adjective, you're going to use that color right now, and you are going to highlight that box, the same box on your notes, that color. So that's going to help you visually see where it goes. So we're going to use the words más, followed by either a sustantivo, an adjetivo, or an adverbio, and then the word que. All right? So writing that out, that's the order it has to fall in. You notice that there's one of those words missing from that group up top. That's because it has to follow a different format. If we are using a verbo, our verbo has to come first, and then we follow it with más que. All right, so we have some examples. On your ejemplos on your notes, I want you to use those colors that you chose to highlight the same things that are highlighted on my PowerPoint to hopefully help you see how things are placed. So we've got an example. Luis tiene más libros que Pedro. So that first color highlights the first person being compared. The second color highlights either the noun, adjective, adverb, or verb that we are comparing. And that third color highlights the second person we are comparing. All right, so you see it follows the pattern that we just learned. Next one. Luis es más alto que Pedro. Alto is an adjective in this case. Luis corre más rápido que Pedro. We've got a verb. So notice where did I apologize. We have an adverb. So notice our adverb, again, went in between más and que. And then our last one, a verbo. Luis estudia más que Pedro. So our verb goes before más que, and notice it's conjugated. All right, igualdad, the patterns that we have to follow. We're going to have tanto, tanta, tantos, or tantas. You choose one depending on the next word. And if you were going to take guesses, maybe you could figure out what word's going to go there. So we have a sustantivo. When you're comparing a noun or you're saying something is equal, you have to use the word tanto, tanta, tantos, or tantas, and it has to agree with the noun, right, with gender and number. Your noun's going to go in between tanto and como. If you are using an adjective or an adverbio, you're going to use the formula of tan and como, and you're going to put your adjectives and your adverbs in between tan and como. And then finally, if you have a verb, guess what? It's going to follow a similar pattern to superioridad. Your verb is going to come in front of tanto como. All right, so again, we've got examples. Make sure that you're highlighting them to help you see the placement of these things. All right, again, so we followed the formulas that we just saw. Notice again, the verb comes before tanto como, and it has to be conjugated. All right, inferioridad. So we're going to use the formula of menos, and then either a sustantivo, an adjetivo, or an adverbio, and then we're going to follow it with the word que. So very similar to our superioridad formula. And then again, our verbo has to come before the words menos que. And this is when we're saying that something is less than. And here you have your examples. Again, please make sure that you are highlighting the same things that are highlighted so you can see the placement. Okay, with comparatives, there are a few random things for you to remember. It's not too terribly bad. So there are a few irregular comparative words. They agree in number with the first noun. All right, so the first thing that you're talking about. So we've got the words mayor, menor, mejor, and peor. All right, and then we follow all of those words with que. Mayor que se dice older than. Menor que se dice younger than. Mejor que se dice better than. And peor que se dice worse than. All right, remember all of those have to agree with the first noun. Okay. Most of the time, at least in the course of our class, this is probably how you'll see it. You'll have those phrases, and they're going to have a form of ser in front of them. So, because you're saying the word is. And most of the time, it's going to be es or son. And then you follow it with the word que. Sometimes there will be a form of tener in front of them because you're saying he has something that's better. So just be aware of that. But for right now, really, it's going to be a form of ser. All right, so we have some ejemplos so you can see how this all comes together. Por ejemplo, mis tíos son mayores que mi tía. And that translates to my uncles are older than my aunt. So notice we have our form of ser that comes before mayor. We had to make mayor agree with tíos because that was our first noun that we were talking about. Finish it up with the word que. All right, so mis tíos son mayores que mi tía. Second example, su nota es peor que la nota de su hermano. Translates to your grade is worse than your brother's grade. Ay no, problemas. So again, we've got our form of ser. We've got our comparative of the word worse. Our word peor has to agree with nota in number. So we didn't need to change peor, it was fine. And then we follow it with the word que. A few more random things to remember. Before a number, when we're using más or menos, de is going to be used instead of que. Right now, off the top of my head, I don't know why. I just know that that's a rule that we have to follow. So if you're saying, our example, we have hay más de 20 personas en la clase. There are more than 20 people in the class. So we talked about a number of people, and because we did that, we had to change the word que to the word de. So you want to be aware of what you're talking about. All right, and that is it for comparatives notes. If you have any questions right now, please jot them down on your note sheet and then bring them to class on Monday. All right. Feel free, you can also go back and you can watch the video, you can pause to see if you can maybe figure out whatever it is. But other than that, we will go over this PowerPoint in class on Monday and I will try to answer any questions you have.